Hey everyone! Welcome back to Perfectly Wild. If you love real rescue stories, second chances, and animals who completely change your heart, you're in the right place. Today, I want to tell you about a dog who wasn't supposed to stay, but ended up becoming family. The first time I saw him, I honestly didn't know what I was looking at. He didn't look like a typical puppy. His ears folded backward, his eyes were squinty, and his little teeth showed even when his mouth was closed, almost like he was permanently smiling. For a second, I wondered, is that even a normal puppy? He had been born outside under a shed, exposed to weather predators, and everything harsh you can imagine. When I agreed to meet him, I expected maybe a small deformity. Nothing major. But when I actually saw him, I was shocked. He was different. Completely different. Still, there was something about him. He wasn't scared. He wasn't aggressive. He was just quiet, calm, observing everything. I took him straight to my vet. When I placed him on the exam table, even the vet paused and said, "What did you bring me?" He examined him carefully and finally said, "He's unusual, but internally, he seems mostly normal." That was enough for me. My original plan was simple. Foster him, get him stronger, and find him the perfect home. But life had other plans. The first few days, he mostly slept. He loved being wrapped in blankets. He would just curl up in my lap like a tiny baby and stay there for hours. He wasn't loud. He didn't demand attention. He just wanted warmth and safety. Because his skin was thin and sensitive, he had to wear little clothes for protection. I fed him small meals throughout the day to help him gain strength and improve his condition. He was fragile, but he was content. My other dogs were used to foster animals coming and going. To them, he was just another temporary guest. But something beautiful happened. He bonded with my English bulldog, Bailey. Bailey was bigger, slower, and incredibly patient. He followed her everywhere. He cuddled up beside her because she was warm and steady. When he was happy, he would gently nibble as a playful habit, and somehow Bailey seemed to understand. They formed this quiet little friendship. Watching him learn how to be a dog by observing her was incredible. About a month in, something changed. He found his voice. Suddenly, when I talked to him, he would talk back in his own funny way. He started running around the house, playing, and showing personality I hadn't seen before. And that's when I realized he wasn't fragile. Inside, he was full of life. His favorite thing in the world, fetch. Have you ever heard a story so incredible it sounds like it's straight out of a movie? Well, get ready, because today we're diving into the real-life tale of a dog who isn't just a good boy, he's a certified hero. This is the story of Ricochet, the surfing therapy dog who changed countless lives, one wave at a time. Our story begins not with a hero's welcome, but with a tough decision. Ricochet was a beautiful golden retriever puppy bred and trained to be a service dog for a person with a disability. From the very beginning, she showed incredible intelligence and a quick ability to learn. Her trainer, Judy Fredono, had high hopes. Ricochet aced all her initial training exercises, mastering commands with ease. It seemed like she was on the fast track to becoming an invaluable assistance animal. But as Ricochet grew, something unexpected emerged. She had an instinct, a powerful, undeniable love for chasing birds. No matter how much training she received, the sight of a bird would trigger this deep-seated prey drive. For a service dog, this was a major problem. A service dog needs to be 100% focused on their human partner at all times, able to ignore any and all distractions. A moment of distraction could have serious consequences. Judy was heartbroken. She had poured her heart and soul into Ricochet's training. Letting go of the dream she had for this promising puppy was one of the hardest things she had to do. Ricochet was released from the service dog program. It felt like a failure. It felt like Ricochet's potential might be wasted. But what seemed like an ending was actually just the beginning of a much bigger, more beautiful story that no one could have predicted. Judy, though disappointed, knew Ricochet was still a special dog with a lot to give. She just needed to find the right purpose. Living in Southern California, Judy was an avid surfer. One day, just for fun, she put Ricochet on a surfboard in a kiddie pool. To her amazement, the dog had incredible balance. It wasn't just a fluke. Ricochet seemed to naturally understand how to shift her weight and stay stable on the board. This gave Judy a wild idea. What if Ricochet could surf? They moved from the pool to the calm waters of a bay, and then, finally, to the open ocean. Ricochet wasn't just tolerant of the board, she loved it. She would ride the waves with a look of pure joy on her face. It was an incredible sight, but at this point, it was still just a fun hobby for a dog and her owner. The true turning point was yet to come. Around this time, Judy was also volunteering for a cause very close to her heart, helping children with special needs. She was organizing a fundraiser for a local boy named Patrick, who was a quadriplegic. Patrick dreamed of feeling the freedom of the ocean, but his physical limitations made it seem impossible. Judy's original plan for the fundraiser involved her other service dogs, but then a light bulb went off. What about Ricochet? The idea was bold, maybe even a little crazy. Could a dog, a surfing dog, help a boy in a wheelchair experience the ocean? On the day of the event, with safety precautions in place, Patrick was carefully placed on the front of the surfboard. Ricochet was placed behind him. What happened next left everyone on the beach speechless. As the first wave approached, Ricochet, who usually loved to race to the front of the board, stayed firmly planted behind Patrick. As the board tilted and shifted on the water, Ricochet instinctively adjusted her weight, acting as a living, breathing counterbalance to keep the board stable for the boy in front of her. She wasn't just surfing, she was actively assisting him, ensuring he had a safe and stable ride. It was as if all her service dog training had clicked into place in this one perfect, magical moment. She had found her true calling, not by ignoring her instincts, but by combining them with her training in a whole new way. That single wave created a ripple effect that would touch the entire world. Photos and videos of Ricochet and Patrick went viral overnight. People were captivated by this incredible dog who could not only surf, but could also connect with a human in such a profound, intuitive way. They called her the Surface Dog, a perfect blend of surfing and service. Suddenly, Judy's inbox was flooded with messages from parents of children with special needs, from veterans struggling with post-traumatic stress, and from people with all kinds of physical and emotional challenges. They all wanted to know if Ricochet could help them too. And so, a new mission was born. Ricochet became the world's first ever canine-assisted surf therapy and paddleboard assistance dog. She started working with hundreds of individuals. With each person, her intuition was uncanny. She seemed to know exactly what they needed. For an anxious child, she would offer a gentle nudge or lick before they got on the board. For a veteran haunted by their past, she would lean against them, providing a solid, grounding presence. On the board, her skills were even more remarkable. She could sense a person's fear and instability, and she would shift her weight to keep them balanced. She gave them the confidence to face the waves, and in doing so, helped them face the challenges in their own lives. The water became a great equalizer. In the ocean, they weren't a person with a disability or a soldier with trauma. They were surfers, sharing a wave with a four-legged friend. The stories are endless. There was the young boy with autism who spoke his first words after surfing with Ricochet. There was the soldier who said that riding a wave with her was the first time he felt truly alive since returning from combat. There was the little girl who was terrified of the water, but with Ricochet by her side, she found the courage to not only get on the board, but to stand up and ride a wave all the way to the shore, her face beaming with pride. Ricochet's work went beyond just surfing. She became an ambassador for people with disabilities and a therapy dog in hospitals and schools. She raised hundreds of thousands of dollars for various human and animal causes. She taught us that a disability doesn't have to be a limitation. She showed us the incredible power of the human-animal bond. Most importantly, Ricochet's story is a powerful lesson in purpose. What Judy first saw as a failure, Ricochet's instinct to chase birds, was actually a part of what made her so special. Her journey teaches us that sometimes our true calling isn't what we planned. It's about embracing who we are, quirks and all, and finding the unique way that we can make a difference in the world. Sometimes, the thing you think is your biggest flaw is actually the key to your greatest strength. Ricochet surfed her last wave in 2021, but her legacy is a tidal wave of hope that continues to spread around the globe. She proved that one dog, with one special talent, could change the world for the better. She wasn't the service dog she was trained to be, but she became something so much more. She became a hero, a healer, and an inspiration. So next time you feel like you failed or you're not on the right path, remember Ricochet. Your true purpose might be waiting for you in the most unexpected of places, maybe even on a surfboard, riding the waves of life. Thanks for watching and spending this time with us. If this story moved you, please give this video a like and consider subscribing for more incredible stories. We'll see you in the next one.